Are you looking for something quick, cheap, and easy? No, we're not talking about your ex-wife. We're talking about lunch. What I have today for you is going to be quick, cheap, and easy. Let's go ahead and get the process started. We have some sausages. We have some Knorr creamy chicken rice. And we have some roasting vegetables. Red potatoes, carrots, onions, zucchini. Oh, you hear that sound? That means that the air fryer is ready. We'll dump this in the pan here. Spread those out nice and evenly. What I'm going to do is add a little bit of, you guessed it, garlic. A little bit of garlic, sprinkle over the top. A little bit of olive oil. There we go. Okay. Since these take the longest, I'll go ahead and throw this in the oven. Okay, now that's cooking. We need to do the second thing that takes the longest, or the thing that takes the second longest. It says on the package, let's go ahead and tear this open. You know, as guys, we really don't read the instructions all the time. We just kind of do whatever feels right, you know. So that's usually what I do, but I'm going to read the instructions. It says 2 cups of water, so let's see here. 1, 2. There's 2 cups of water for you. Alright, and it also needs a spoonful of margarine or butter. So I have some Country Crock Original. Put a little tablespoon in there, throw the lid on it. While this is getting up to temperature, now we can focus on the next step. And that will be cutting the sausages. So, I'll go ahead and cut my pan on to 5, let that heat up while we're cutting the sausages. And what I like to do is take and make medallions out of these. It's easy to line up all 3. This will save you some time. And just let the knife do the work. Let the knife do the work. And as always, when you're working with sharp objects, make sure you're being careful. You're working with hot pans and pots. Make sure you're using caution, exercising caution. So I have all my sausage medallions. They're ready to go into the pan. When I get to these end pieces, they're a little bit fatter than the other ones. I like to split those in the middle. So you go back and look over any pieces that look like they're a little too large. That looks like it's a little too large. So throw that in the pan. It's already hot. Well, I can see our stuff is coming to a boil. Our rice is coming to a boil. I'm looking over here. That's cooking nicely. So we need let's cut the temperature down on that. A little too much. Take my spatula. Heat some fire. Ooh, that's a lot. As you can see, my estimation of water was a little bit on the lesser side. So no worries, we still have some. It's better to have not enough than too much, in my opinion, sometimes. So, now that seems about right. Because if not, you end up with this real thick, pasty kind of rice. It's not good at all. So, I think that might be enough this time. Only time will tell. Put our lid back on so it can boil. Let's see how long it takes to get back to a boil. Now our sausage should be cooking faster. Let's see. Go ahead and crank the heat up on that. Now I think the rice is trying to come to a boil. Yep, you see those little bubbles. See, if you don't keep this rice stirred, what you're going to find is it's going to stick to the bottom. You're going to have burnt spots on the rice. It's not a good experience. Maybe when you're moving out on your own, you're making your first meal, you probably attempted to cook something like this and totally ruined it. It's okay, we forgive you. What you want to do is make sure you keep it stirred. Just like everything, it's going to cook on one side or it's going to cook unevenly if you don't do what you're supposed to do. Okay, I can smell that sausage. That smells good. Now, I've never had this combination. I'm hoping that what I did, I just looked around to see things that I had, and I said, you know what, I'm going to throw this together and see if it works. Sometimes you can make some really awesome meals that way. I've done it in the past. And then sometimes you can really make something your dog don't even want to eat. Let's say that's not the case today. So, stirring up my meat, letting that cook. I bumped the heat up a little too much. Now it's getting hot, so let's bump that back down to 6. My assistant's back. Here we go. So let's check on the. Oh, that rice is bubbling nicely. Look at that. There you go. I want everything to come together as soon as possible. You don't want one done early and the other one not done. That's no fun for anybody. So what we need to do is make sure it all comes together at the same time. And I'm looking at my vegetables. I could tell they had the longest to go. Cut the heat down on this sausage now because I could tell it's cooking a little bit fast. And what I could do with the sausage, actually, I think I might take the vegetables out halfway and throw them here in the pan and let them cook with this. I could have just cooked them this way instead of even putting them in the toaster oven. Like I said, I've never done this before. Matter of fact, I think I want to do that. Sometimes the plans change. You got to be able to roll with it. There it goes. Something else for me to wash, right? Cut that air fryer off. Yeah. So I'm glad that the sausage cooked a little bit before I threw that in. It's very colorful. I smell that garlic coming through mixed with the jalapeno sausage and the cheddar cheese that's in there. It smells really good. Something I always like to get in town. I'm going to show you whenever I get a little time to go by there and get some. Is Hibachi 101. Really good. It has white sauce. I know you know about that. Very bad for you. It's very fattening, you know, but it is good to have every once in a while. But you're getting vegetables in there. I mean, I say it's bad for you, but it's only if you goop on that sauce. I see people get 2 or 3 big cups, and it's basically mayonnaise-based sauce. And you just piling that crap on there. I mean, I'm not going to say I don't use it. I asked them for 2 brown sauces. I noticed they have 2 different types of brown sauce. One is ginger and one's teriyaki. And when I mix those in with the white sauce, what I'll do is I'll get 2 big containers, you know, like I'll get 2, one for me, one for Kayla. We'll mix it in a giant bowl. We'll add those sauces, that 1 cup of white sauce, not 2, just 1 cup. And so you're dividing that by 2. Really, I'm doing half as much as what the average person does. And then we'll add those brown sauces to it also. It's important to taste your food while you're cooking it. Very important. So I'm going to introduce some pepper. It's simmering pretty good. See, it's already starting to try to stick to the bottom. Something told me to check the rice. I'm going to add a little bit more water. So technically I added a whole bottle of water. And that is 16 ounces, right? Yeah, 16.9 fluid ounces. Put the lid back on now. Okay, as I was saying on these, roasted garlic and herb, really good on this type of dish. That's going to boost it up and give it a zest of flavor. It's looking a little dry, man. Like, we need a little bit of Bertolli. do a little Bertolli olive oil. Alright. Let's get it mixing up now. So I added pepper, I added garlic powder. I haven't added any salt yet, and that's what I want to do now. I added a little bit of olive oil because it was looking dry. Let me have it dry. Let's see here. Let me take a pinch of salt. The reason why I do that is because I need a real salt shaker, but that thing comes out quick, man. You can't estimate how much is going to come out, and I've ruined some meals. So I'm not going to do that again. Okay. So we have everything done except for the rice. The rice is almost done, I can tell. Totally just mix those up, but it's all good. It's going to add some flavor. It's going to end up mixed up together in the end anyways. And I'm mixing them together. Let's see. Alright, let's crank that rice back up. Because when I added that water, it cooled it down. So I think add a little bit more of this oil, and let's throw a hard fry on these. There we go. So, you know me, it's always best to clean up as you go along. Okay, I've got, let me mix this real quick. I could just use the spoon. I don't need that. A little bit more agile. Okay, that's rolling real well. Cut that off. Okay, our rice is done. And I'd say in about maybe another minute this will be done. Hope this isn't going to mess it up. Something's telling me to add cheese. I'll put a little bit of mozzarella cheese on there. That's all I had left. Certainly starting to look good. I might have just totally screwed it up. I don't know. We'll see. Just look too dry. I don't like it when it's dry like that. Let's see here. There we go. Brought it back to life. That's what it needed. Yeah, there we go. Now everything's working. Okay. That's good. One thing I need is a little bit more garlic. of cheese. See that in there? It's good. That looks very good. At this point, the rice is done. The rice needs to cook for just another moment. It's kind of pretty when it boils. Let's add some pepper to that. Shit, we didn't do that. Okay, it's starting to boil. Kind of looks good without the rice. I don't know. Let's see how it turns out. I'm just trying to heat up, so keep it stirred. But I did want to get rid of some of that moisture. You see all the steam coming off. That's the moisture being released. A little too wet. Let's see here. Alright, that's going to be it, I think. It doesn't take much. You see how much steam is coming off. I've got it on high. It's going to burn if I don't cut it off. Okay, I can smell the garlic and herbs and spices in the rice. I can smell this. I'm going to combine this. Let's see what we have. Might be a big mess. It might not be what we think. It may be great. We'll see. Which one should I do? I wonder, should I do... No. How about we do them separate? Kayla suggested do it separate. Maybe that's the way. You're right, Kayla. Let's try that. You hold that. Never hurts to try. Sometimes you might be surprised with what you end up with. Sometimes it might be better than you thought. Who knows? We'll see. There we go. Evenly distributed is enough for 2 people. All right, there you go. Hope you enjoy.